You're staring at your own personal black hole.
Is it me, or are Jeremy Paxman's interviews getting too harsh?
You actually are impotent.
Don't you hate it when a reporter comes along just when you're trying to steal a dog?
You going to vote on Thursday?
I don't know yet. I'll have to see.
Do you know what the referendum's about?
No, I don't actually. Bye now.
Bye now. Shit! They're on to me! Over at BBC Breakfast, Barry Norman revealed the chat-up line he used on Jordan.
And just leaned across the table, took one of those formidable breasts in each hand, squeezed and said, bop, bop.
He gets straight to the point. It's obviously the TUC marches against government cuts.
Anti-cuts protests have turned to violence this evening, with anarchists targeting banks and shops in London's West End.
I feel so sorry for the TUC, a peaceful march hijacked by a few dickheads. The anarchists were throwing paint at the police. Why? Do they honestly believe George Osborne will change his policies if they make a policeman look like he's been jizzed on by a smurf? Think it through! The majority of violence took place in Piccadilly. If only Sky News could explain where that was.
Obviously, those of you who play Monopoly will know that Piccadilly is really one of the premier locations in London.
Thanks, Sky News. Trying to use his board games to explain everything. The rioters are pushing sticks through windows. It's just like a plunk. So, where did the rioters strike?
The luxury department store Fortnum & Mason was another target. It was overrun by 200 members of the campaign group UK Uncut.
Fortnum & Mason. Apparently at one point they'd threatened to attack a bloke inside the shop. Why? They were outraged because he carried on eating a salmon sandwich. How wonderful is that? I would love to shake that bloke's hand. Get down! I'm gonna kill you! In a minute, dear boy. This is simply divine. Nom nom nom. It wasn't just anarchists caught on camera. Some people were just out and about enjoying their Saturday night.
As I've said repeatedly, is not just full of protesters. There are many people who were just out on a normal Saturday night and got caught up in the violence here.
He's like, why's my bed got wheels on it? The media are obviously concentrated on the violence. I'd like to concentrate on the quality of banners. Once again, Britain, you've done yourself proud. Here are a few of my favourites. Cutting is for emo kids. Some people compared the cuts to recent tragedies. First Dobby dies, now this. Even youngsters were furious. I was told there would be biscuit! Some of the threats were incredible. Look at this. For every cut, I'm going to teabag a Tory MP. That'll be a cracking episode of Question Time. We're not the only people. Some people go, what's teabagging mean? You don't want to know. We're not the only people angry with the cuts. The Irish economy is also in tatters, and they've had enough. If anything, they're angrier than we are, as you can tell from this fantastic interview.
Today we're talking to a real Irishman and someone in the money business about what's going on in Ireland with the Celtic Tiger and the banks are hurting so much, the downfall. What's the story here?
Do you really want to know?
I'd love to know.
Well, I'll tell you, it's like what has happened all over the Western world for the last 20 and 30 years. Greed, greed, and more fucking greed.
He's brilliant. Look who he blames.
And of course, above all, wanking fucking bankers. Wanking bankers. You have these arseholes that for the last 20, 30 years are getting these massive bonuses.
Wanking fucking bankers! The best thing, he's not just angry about financial matters.
You know that Michael Flatley is really from Chicago, but that's another story.
Fuck off!
So, what else has been going? Well, first up, there's been some cracking alien stories knocking around.
Military sightings of flying saucers and an alien abduction in London feature among thousands of documents released by the Ministry of Defence.
Basically, the Ministry of Defence have released all the reports from nutters who claim they've met aliens.
Many of them sketch what they see. This is a drawing of a spaceship making some of Britain's crop circles. Here's a spacecraft near Woolwich. This was spotted near Liverpool. This near the M4 in South Wales.
Liverpool, Woolwich and South Wales. What are the aliens typing into their sat-nav?
Must be near a Poundland.
I love the drawings, they're great. Look at that! Looks like Mr. Blobby's cock ring. My favourite has to be the one spotted in Wales. That is the worst drawing ever. Imagine him explaining what that was, right? The ship, I suppose, looked like an egg, and above it, it was a bit like a sausage. Hang on a minute, that's not a UFO. I've drawn my breakfast. Not all of them did drawings. One bloke wrote a letter describing his terrible ordeal.
Then there was a possible alien abduction from a London garden in 1998.
I heard a distant roar of engines getting louder. Suddenly a huge craft appeared over the house, heading in a westerly direction at speed. In the morning, my wife and I were listening to the radio when the presenter gave a time check. Somehow, during the night, I'd gained a whole hour. I'm now beginning to wonder if I was abducted.
And how did the Ministry of Defence reply?
The MOD wrote back, pointing out that that night, the clocks had changed.
So beautiful, isn't it? I'd love to see the rest of the letter.
I put my rubbish out the other day, woke up in the morning, gone. Aliens. Gets worse, right? I told my wife I'd been abducted. Next day, she'd gone. Aliens. Not just her, all her clothes, all my money, and my brother. The aliens took my wife and my brother. Ah, fuck, she's shagging me brother.
Now, have you heard about the estate agent that pissed off an entire street?
A North Yorkshire estate agent who tried to sell a house by suggesting it would be suitable for someone with an interest in pond life, smells and being scruffy, has succeeded in upsetting an entire neighbourhood.
He compared the people to pond life. Have a look at his excuse.
When I do gardening, I'm usually wearing scruffy clothes. Some gardens have ponds, which have life in them.
Talking about gardening. When I said the place was full of pricks, I meant the rose bush.
The locals were livid.
Cue furious reaction from local residents.
We were all gobfounded.
Did you hear that? He said he was gobfounded. He's so angry he's making up words. Next he'll be flabbersmacked. He's probably in his house right now go, people who throw stones should look before they count their eggs.
What do you think he's trying to say about the area then?
That we're scruffy and we all take drugs and stuff like that.
Come on, Vicky Pollard's mum. You live in the kind of place Jeremy Kyle visits with a net. Talking of houses, here's a headline I never thought I'd see. The Hitler house, semi in Swansea, looks eerie like Nazi dictator. Apparently there's a house in Wales that looks like Hitler. Do you want to see it? Yeah. There it is. I love the fact it's made the papers. To be honest, I've seen loads of houses like that. I've seen one that looks like Amy Winehouse. I've seen one that looks like Wayne Rooney. Probably my favourite, a church that looks like Barry Chuckle. Moving on, here is a lovely story about a kid who was rescued from danger.
Now to a drama that thankfully had a happy outcome because a 10-year-old boy has been talking about how he got stuck in quicksand on a Dorset beach.
I took one step in the mud, then my shoe came off. I couldn't feel myself sinking, and then
This boy is brilliant. Now, most children would be traumatised, not him. Listen to what he gets angry about.
They got those stretcher things and put them down on the mud, and 2 firemen came along. Then it was really hard to get out, and my shoe and sock came off. And my sock is still there.
Those bloody firemen should have left me there. First Dobby dies and now this. I bet his mum's like, it's all right, we'll get you a new sock. No, Mother! Just cut my foot off.
Poor kid. As if that isn't enough, the newsreader mocks him.
He'll never see that sock again.
Son of a bitch! I'm surprised he didn't hold up a muddy sock and go, because it's mine!
Oh, some bizarre aviation stories this week. Have you seen what they've started doing on Russian planes?
In-flight entertainment with a difference. No meals, no movies, but a live concert at 30,000 feet.
Music on a plane? I'm not sure it's a good idea. Some Russians react quite strangely when they enjoy music. Let's pray they're big fans of Justin Bieber. But excellent, a few people applauding, everyone else, he's my squirrel prince. For me, the best thing about the promotion is definitely this.
The passengers don't actually know about the live concerts before they get on board, so a warm welcome's not guaranteed.
They have no idea. Oh, sods, what if you got this?
It's Friday. Everybody's looking for a break to the weekend.
Crash the plane! I can't take it! It isn't just in-flight concerts, they've got other plans.
We've regarded this as an opportunity to bring the fun back into flying. We're looking at clowns, we're looking at face painting, we're looking at jugglers.
Face painting? How terrified would you be if you woke up next to your nan and she looked like this? And clowns? Clowns on a plane? Nobody wants that. They're creepy and they don't work well in a small space. Mind you, Russian planes have got nothing on a new airline in Thailand. Look at this. PC Air launches as the world's first ladyboy airline. Ladyboy air stewards. I thought you weren't allowed baggage in the cabin. So what, it brings a whole new meaning to the phrase snakes on a plane. The trouble is, if we're having ladyboy airlines in Thailand, it's only a matter of time before we get budget versions over here. And nobody wants that.
Here at Easy Boy, our staff are here to help you. Enjoy our wide range of delights.
Excuse me?
That's love.
Do you have any nuts?
Oh, thought you'd never ask. Oh. The best thing about our crew is you can talk to them about football. Right through. And enjoy the view. Easy Boy. Our landing gear is always down.
I'll tell you what, some fascinating animal stories in the news. First up, right, if there's a mouse in the house, he's probably singing love songs. This is the bizarre news that male mice woo females by singing at them. How does that work? Are they going up to lady mice and just sneaking cheese into love songs? Baby, baby, baby bells. Baby, baby, baby bells. Right? Not working, it's all right, darling, I've got others. Do you fancy some mozzarella? Ella, Ella, Ella. So, why do they sing? The love songs allow females to weigh up the most suitable father for their offspring. Christ! Imagine how much clunge this guy gets.
Rasta Mouse and Scratchy and Zoom, also known as the Easy Crew.
Baby's gonna be covered in my reggae sauce. So it must be terrible if you're a mouse and you can't sing. No ladies are interested, so you get a bit desperate. Just see Rasta Mouse go, "Mbutty boy." Did you hear about the bloke in Manchester who's got a really weird companion?
Nice thing is, it doesn't bite.
Yes, they make an odd couple. They met on a building site when Nutty was just a week old. Without a mum, Tony nursed him and the pair have been inseparable since.
The whole idea is trust both sides. You know, I like me trusting him and he trusts me.
It's not normal. You haven't seen what he does with the squirrel.
Just the two. So now where Tony goes, Nutty.
Sometimes you think you've seen it all, and then you watch a man take a shower with a squirrel. Tell us, a brave bloke who takes a shower with an animal that likes to chew nuts. Mind you, their showering days may soon be over. Tony doesn't think their friendship can last.
As soon as he meets a mate, then he'll be off.
But that's the end of you and Nutty.
Yeah, but that's life.
Fuck him. I can shower without that bastard.
Oh, Nutty. If he lives in the wild, I fear depression may... Now, this is the part of the show I don't know anything about. There's going to be a mystery guest who's been in the news, and I've got to figure out who that person is. So, please welcome my mystery guest! Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Russell. What's your name?
Ina Mallet.
Ida.
Ina.
Ina. Nice to meet you.
Mallet.
Okay, Ina Mallet.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Do you want to stand there?
No, you can. I'll sit here.
You get comfy. I'll work around you.
Yes. But don't touch that.
I'm not allowed to touch that.
No.
Okay. I wasn't going to steal from you.
No.
It did have
I
that
wouldn't
feel.
allow you to.
You wouldn't allow me to?
No.
Okay. Now I want to test to see. Are you like a ninja or something?
Why did you say that?
Because you threatened to beat me up.
Have I given the secret away?
I don't know. I'm looking in the back. You've got some polo mints there. Is it anything to do with mints?
Yes.
It has to do with mints.
Yes, eventually.
Eventually. Have any other clues? So we had something about fighting. Have you been fighting in the news? Did you fight someone?
Yes, I have. Sometimes. Sometimes I do.
Sometimes you fight. Okay. I'm quite nervous about the next question in case I ask the wrong one and you just knock me out.
I can easily do that.
Okay. Oh, no, I didn't want...
Am I supposed to laugh?
Are you supposed to laugh? You can do whatever you want, right? I'm going to need more. Why have you been in the news? I need to know.
I'm an instructor for Spirit Combat Jiu-Jitsu. I got 7th Dan black belt, and I'm the only lady in the world, as far as I know, who's got that.
Wow, that is worth a round of applause.
Some of the things I teach now,
well, I look forward to that.
which is self-defence.
Self-defence.
Now, I won't throw you about like jiu-jitsu because you wouldn't know how to fall, would you?
No.
So...
Should go over here. I'm going to get beaten up. Brilliant. The polo mints. Yeah, how did these get it?
I was in a shop and working in the shop, and a boy was stealing these.
So I'm going to play the role of
So
the
you're
thief.
going to play the role of the thief.
Okay.
And you're going to have this in your left hand.
Oh, okay. It really hurt.
Right.
Anything else you want to do to me?
Yes.
You want to burn my pubes?
Yes.
Right. Feels like my personal minder.
Yes, I would.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Right. Grab me. Look.
Any other moves?
Yes.
Let's do it. Right, shall I steal something else? Let's steal your handbag, yeah.
Yeah, steal the handbag.
Okay. Excuse me, madam. Some bloke that looks like Adrian Steps has just nicked your bag. What's the name? What's the name? It's some bloke. It was some nutter. I got it back.
Oh, that didn't work very well, did it?
I got the bag.
Yes. Right.
Yep.
Grab here then. Although we're not really meant to do this, but.
So grab there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So strike. Strike behind her.
Do you know what I love about it? I love the fact you tell me what you're going to do, and yet you still do it. Strike! Well, I know what's happening. Don't take this the wrong way, but why were you dressed as a lollipop lady?
Because I am a real lollipop lady in South Walsham School in Norfolk.
Well, there you go.
This is all the stuff that I wear at school.
Is there anything else that I should know about you, Ina?
Yes.
What? What's the one
I
thing?
do the school gardens at South Walsham. I'm an Avon lady.
Why do you do loads? Why? How do you fit it all in?
I don't know. I don't do any dusting. That's the thing.
Generally, what fun it's been
You'll
wonderful.
always remember me, won't
Of
you?
course I will, yeah. Every time I see a lollipop lady, I'll be like that. I'll go round! Go round! She's mental! Well, I'll always remember you.
Can I do that?
Of course you can go now. What's going to happen? We're going to give you a lovely round of applause and then you can wander off. Is that all right? Ladies and gentlemen, please Ina, the Warrior Princess. Thank you so much. Nothing compares to this next story from Russia. It is unbelievable.
A viral video circulating the web right now is horrifying parents and raising some serious questions about how to handle a baby.
Yeah, it's kind of a mind blower. Most of the clips we're talking about on YouTube are called baby yoga or some variation of that.
Now you're probably thinking, hey, how can baby yoga be shocking? Well, check out this footage. By the way, it is a real baby. That is why cocktail barman should never babysit. I tell you, it's not very often that Joseph Fritzl gets to look at another parent and go, bit much. It's a bit much, that. In case you're wondering, don't worry, the child is absolutely fine. I mean, his jumpers don't fit, but he's fine. Bizarrely, yoga isn't the strangest sport they do with babies in Russia.
Baby rugby. Baby Foxy! Baby clay pigeon shoe!
Russians. Now it's time for the good news story. Oh, this is brilliant. I'm ending the show with a report about a chef who gave up his career to feed and care for the homeless in Madurai, India. It's fantastic. Look at this.
I finished my college here. I was working for Taj Group of Hotels, Bangalore. I saw a very old man. He was eating his own human waste for hunger. I thought, what is the purpose of my life? What am I going to do? In a star hotel, I feed all my guests, but where in my hometown, there are people who are living even without food. I quit my job and I started feeding all these people from 2002. I cut their hair, I give them a shave, I give them bath. For them to feel psychologically that they are also human beings, there are people to care for them, they have a hand to hold, hope to live. Food is one part, love is another part. So the food will give them physical nutrition, the love and affection which you show will give them mental nutrition. There are thousands and thousands and lakhs of people suffering. What is the ultimate purpose of life is to give. Start giving. See the joy of giving.
Genuinely beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, I really hope you enjoyed the show. Good night.